Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I had a chance to use all these iPads extensively and I can give you my honest opinion about each one of them, helping you decide which one to buy. Either as a gift for the holiday season or as a personal treat for yourself. Because why not, right? You totally deserve it. So in this video, I'll tell the positives and negatives of each of these amazing iPads. The iPad mini 6, the iPad Air 4 and the M1 iPad Pro, and give you suggestions at the end about which iPad is right for you. So let's get on with the video. Starting right off with the brand new entry into Apple's excellent iPad product category, the iPad mini 6. The new redesign is definitely refreshing, and it's not just something good to look at. The screen also gets bigger compared to last gen's iPad mini 5, and it also shaves off a tiny bit of weight. Now, both of these are not big on paper, but even a small difference makes a substantial enough impact to your usage. Slightly more screen real estate is definitely welcome on a device where the biggest compromise is going to be screen size when compared to other iPads. And the weight, it is so incredible that it almost becomes a non-existent factor. Seriously guys, the iPad mini changed my perspective on how I use the iPads. See, usually within home, whilst moving around, I have my iPhone along with me as it is comfortable, and I only use the iPad when I'm on the bed or when I'm in front of the desk. But due to the smaller footprint and incredible lightweight, I'm carrying the iPad mini 6 more and end up using that more than what I did with my other iPads. The Apple Pencil Gen 2 support also feels much more natural and comfortable to use that on couch or on the go without having to prop the iPad on a desk or a stand to use it. And for power users, that A15 Bionic chip paired with 4 gigs of RAM is plenty, and I even edited 4K videos at 30 FPS without a single glitch. The redesign also brings in the universal USB Type-C port, and you can happily connect external monitors along with hard drives and turn this into a productivity hub. And for gaming, if you like touchscreen gaming, then this is the most comfortable iPad there is to happily game away for hours at end. Now downsides, like I mentioned, the biggest compromise is going to be screen size, especially if you're used to bigger screen iPads like me. Going for this one feels like a downgrade. Then the cost. See, iPad mini always used to start from the $399 price tag, but this mini 6 sees a $100 price increase. And the base storage is also 64 gigabytes, which is barely okay for 2021. Next up is the iPad Air 4. I've had this tablet for the past year and recently updated it to the iPad OS 15. And it actually became even smoother and more efficient. I have noted no lag or speed issues, and it supports all the features which iPad OS 15 brings. And that A14 Bionic chip with 4 gigs RAM is plenty to churn through pro apps and resource-intensive games without a hitch. I personally feel that this iPad Air 4 is the most iPad that anyone needs. It has all the important features borrowed from the iPad Pro, like that all-screen design, Apple Pencil Gen 2 support, USB Type-C port, still staying at that mid-tier price level, and it's more than capable for everything you need from your iPad. Looking at the downsides, well, even this had that $100 price increase compared to the excellent last gen's iPad Air 3, but you can definitely find discounts on it, especially during festive season sales. But the biggest downside in my opinion is that base 64 gigabyte storage. If Apple would have offered like 128 gigs of storage option for $50 more, it would have been awesome. But unfortunately, the only other option that is there is 256 gigs, which pushes the price to iPad Pro territory, and I would strongly recommend against spending so much on the iPad Air and instead get the iPad Pro. And then moving over to iPad Pro, my daily driver and the most powerful iPad money can buy. Also, it's the most expensive of the lot. If you push the storage, the connectivity and the screen size to the max on the iPad Pro, you can end up spending almost over £2,000 on one. But at that $799 base price, It gives you a storage of 128 gigabytes and the excellent but totally unnecessary M1 chip paired with either 8 or 16 gigs of RAM depending on the storage configuration which you choose. This iPad is built to last for years to come. See, unless Apple reworks iPadOS for the pros, giving us Mac-like apps and Final Cut Pro, which I highly doubt, buy this iPad and you won't need to upgrade for a very long time. And the Pro is the only iPad in the Apple's iPad lineup to offer a bigger laptop-like screen size at 12.9 inches. So if you're after a super productive setup with the iPad as the main device, then the iPad Pro is the only way to go. Also, not forgetting to mention that 12.9-inch iPad Pro brings in the mini LED XDR display, which is absolutely excellent for consuming content. Also, this time around, that $200 extra price which the Pro demands over the iPad Air 4 seems worth it, especially if you price up that extra storage, faster chip, more RAM, extra cameras, Face ID system, and the excellent 120Hz ProMotion display. Downsides? Well, it is expensive, and whatever way you look at, there is nothing which iPad OS exclusively demands from this iPad Pro, and the M1 chip is actually an overkill on a device like this. So in conclusion guys, where do we stand? See, if portability is your utmost priority, then it doesn't get any better than the iPad mini 6. It's fast, extremely light, borrows all the Pro features including USB Type-C port, Apple Pencil Gen 2 support, and for its size, it is very powerful and efficient for iPadOS. Then the iPad Air 4 is the tablet for 99% of users. It is powerful, colorful, and borrows every essential feature from iPad Pro for a mid-tier price range. Just be wary of that 64GB base storage, and please don't end up spending more, and try to find discounts on this one because I've seen nearly $150 off on that higher 256GB model. And finally, the all-powerful iPad Pro. If you have the requirement, or if you can push your budget a bit, or if you're even contemplating about buying that iPad Air 4 256GB version for full price, then don't do that. Buy this iPad Pro instead. This iPad Pro with the M1 chip is going to last you for a long time. So that's it for the video guys. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. I would like to know your opinion about which iPad do you think out of these three is the ideal one to go for. And whilst you're there, guys, hit that like button if you liked my video. The subscribe button is just a few pixels away. Please hit that, subscribe, and support me so I can continue making these videos for you. And as always, thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.